Well, good Saturday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Hope everybody's having a great weekend, back from working on the Red Brick House. And while I'm here, let me say thank you very much to James Sinclair, Sharon Maxey, not once but twice, Stacy Schubert, Brian May, Albert Winkman, for donating for the Red Brick House. We are really knee deep on it. I'm actually here catching my breath, and I've got a load of lumber that we're going to be working on reclaiming so we can end up using to build our kitchen cabinets, as well as I'll be making for each one of those donations. I'm going to take a piece of the Red Brick House, and we are making a print of the Red Brick House on there as a thank you gift for us, because, you know, I can't wait to get this thing done. To have events there, you know, just like we have people come over for game day here. I want to be able to do stuff like that. And I have my man Jet D. Oh my God. See, I dabble in a little bit of barbecue, but you know, when your license plate says brisket and you are a former rodeo rider, you know how to barbecue. And he has a smoke trailer. I mean, a smoke trailer that we'll have over at the Red Brick House. So we'll have, like, you know, Red Brick barbecue days and things like that to go with Joe Boo wings. And so I cannot wait. And each and every one of you who donated, you are welcome to come to the Red Brick House, see it, be part of it, and everything else. Okay, so let's get on to the Dallas Cowboys. I need to reset the clock, and I'm going to make sure it's going to be one of the things I do today, along with getting Lola's I'm Burning For You track reloaded in the system. The thing that's interesting here is I looked at this. This is on Instagram. It was posted yesterday. And it's looking and comparing Cowboys with Dak, without Dak, with Dak, without Dak. And looking at this, and this is not to trash Cooper Rush or anybody else, but looking at the statistics here, and I have a method to my madness here. We were 23rd in points, 27th in total yards, 27th in passing yards, okay, and 29th on third down, and 25th, you see it right there, 25th in points per game in the NFL for those first 6 weeks. 1 week was with Dak, okay? Or partially till he got injured. Then you go to the statistics with Dak when he came back. They were first in points, third in yards, sixth in passing yards, first and third down, first points per drive. I mean, that's really, really good. Now here's the thing that's crazy about this. Let's go through with a few assumptions, okay? If you saw, and I recommend actually watching it, okay? Because you don't want to be the guy who just throws shit on the wall and just says this and speaks out your ass and don't actually understand what's going on. If you go by the narrative of what everybody will tell you, Dak Prescott's got a whole lot of interceptions. Yes, that's true. He did have a lot of interceptions last year. But look at where the rankings were. It's one thing if you are having a lot of interceptions and you're not having any points. You're scoring more points than anybody else. That's kind of important. Your total yards, you're moving the ball, even with the interceptions. Okay, but be that as it may. But watch Mike Martz's breakdown. It's 19 minutes long. You know, it's 19 minutes of your life that will be well spent. Some of the interceptions, of course, are on Dak. Bad throws. Everybody has them. But one of the things that's interesting that's pervasive through this is he's looking at the route running by the players and route giving up by the players. And this translates more than just the interceptions. This also will translate into incompletions. When you don't run, and this is what's going to be key for the new system, it's about precise route running. It is about precise route running. You have to be at the right spot at the right time. One of the things that happened to us the year before was Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson was actually a really good receiver. I wish we had kept Cedric Wilson instead of Noah Brown, but be that as it may. But the problem with Cedric Brown and Dak were there were times that Cedric is thinking the ball's going to the inside, the ball's supposed to go to the outside. And I don't know where the miscommunication was there, but it's different if you're running downfield and you're trying to get the ball here and you realize now I've got to reverse and readjust. It's hard to make that move when you are 40 yards downfield. Those minor things and infractions like that are the difference between a big touchdown play or an incompletion on third down or a turnover. And it's amazing because, like simply, there's one of the interceptions where Michael Gallup just stops. And I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but he just stops, gives up on the route. Dak is thinking he's still coming back on one of these curls, throws the ball to the spot that he's supposed to be in, and there's the interception. And everybody's like, oh, Dak, stupid throw. But here's my point on this. Again, with Dak having a broken thumb coming back, Dak not necessarily on the same page with his receivers, with receivers that you gave up one of your best ones in Amari Cooper, you gave up your third best one in Cedric Wilson, you had a crippled coming back, Michael Gallup, who's running bad routes. And somehow, with Dak Prescott, you were first in points, first on third downs, and first with points per drive. Is anybody else amazed by that? That alone should say, wow. When you look at this offense, now just bear with me for a second. Just bear with me for a second. Do you believe that Brandon Cooks, be it older than Noah Brown, is better than Noah Brown? Yes or no? You have to look at it and say, yeah, Brandon Cooks is definitely better than Noah Brown. Okay. Zeke Elliott averaged 3.8 yards per carry. I'm not saying Ronald Jones is Zeke Elliott, but Ronald Jones throughout his career, who does not have a lot of mileage on him, averaged 4.4 yards per carry. It's over half a yard more per carry. Do we believe that our running game will go backwards with Ronald Jones? Now, the question mark is Tony Pollard 100%? Because we haven't seen any workout videos of Tony Pollard yet. We have not seen that coming back from the broken leg. But we'll assume that hopefully we can hold serve. And, of course, a lot of Cowboy fans out there want Bijan Robinson, of course. Then you look at it and say the running game is better. Is Michael Gallup going to be better than he was last year because he has an offseason to play and a year removed from coming back from the ACL? You have to believe that assumption. So here's what we've got. We haven't gotten worse, we don't believe, in running back, or maybe we did a little bit. We have to believe that we have two better wide receivers now than we had last year, between Michael Gallup being better than he was last year and Brandon Cooks being better than Noah Brown. The only place you would look at and say maybe it's going to be worse is maybe tight end, because Dalton Schultz did catch a lot of passes. Not as many as the year before, but we'll see how Peyton Hendershot and Jake Ferguson's play this year. Okay, all right. So those assumptions are, hopefully we at least hold serve, but maybe with those guys playing, and I think that they actually didn't get enough opportunities last year, and being a year into the NFL, getting their NFL bodies and stuff and understanding what they're doing, that they should be better, that we should at least hold serve. If this is what you were doing last year and you have improvements there, the only question mark is the offensive line. which is where I believe we could really improve as well. Losing Terrence Steele was major. Losing Tyron Smith was major. Having a rookie starting at left tackle was major. Tyler Smith will be stronger and better suited. His eyes won't be wide open this year. We get back Terrence Steele, hopefully no worse for the wear. We have Tyron Smith in the mix again. And maybe we draft a guard. And maybe our offensive line will be better, because that's the biggest key right there. So hypothetically, the Cowboys, with Dak Trashcott, as some of you like to call him, and crew, could be the number one offense again. I know y'all are going to say I'm crazy, but you know what? They call me Crazy Joe. Now, the question will be is, there's been some noise about Aaron frickin' Rodgers going to possibly San Francisco. San Francisco seems to be in the market to try and improve at their quarterback position, regardless of Brock Purdy, rehab and stuff. That would be major if they were able to get Aaron Rodgers. But here's some interesting news by Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee is a national treasure. Pat McAfee gives hope to all of us YouTubers out there. Pat McAfee, who was a punter. Who cares about punters? Nobody likes punters. Nobody thinks about punters. But to become the juggernaut that he is, and I mean the juggernaut on sports entertainment, to me, he's bigger than ESPN and NFL Network. Gives hope for all of us that aren't sports journalists, that didn't go to school for it, that are, like this past week in my mother-in-law's, house and in my basement. Gives us hope that maybe one day we can be successful doing this thing called YouTube. But Aaron frickin' Rodgers has been working out, which is major news in itself, because Aaron Rodgers is usually in California away from his teammates and stuff that are in Green Bay. And he's wearing Jets cleats. Let's listen to Pat.
We've seen Aaron Rodgers coming out of Topanga Rocks.
That's right.
Small bag, little Buddhist behind him. Chose not to buy that. Did buy something that fit in a tiny little paper bag that is recyclable, because at Topanga Rocks, we're making the world a better place.
Better be.
Not a worse place.
Well said.
Now, New York Post captured those photos. I don't know if they paid more than TMZ did to the pops that were sitting outside of Topanga Rocks. I'd assume that particular rock store has a lot of celebs coming in and out. Those rocks with a full moon around, you know that it's going to be a busy season. It was basically Black Friday for Topanga Rocks, with a blue moon on the horizon in a couple weeks, and the pink moon last night. So you're talking about a busy place for people that believe in those types of things and practice that type of stuff. Aaron Rodgers was there. A lot of people wondered, is Aaron Rodgers getting better right now? What's Aaron doing?
He's at a rock star.
Is he staring at the whales out there at his house in Malibu, watching them either fuck or give birth? We haven't been given an answer on what it is yet whenever you're whale watching, what they're actually doing. Aaron doesn't even know what the thing is. Aaron's getting after it.
Yep.
Aaron has not been traded to the Jets just yet, and Jeremy Fowler reported this morning that it's all because of contingency picks for the next couple years, depending upon how long Aaron Rodgers plays. That'll get figured out, they're saying. The Packers and Jets have an agreement. There is just future contingency picks that need to get sorted because they don't know how long Aaron Rodgers will be playing. Aaron Rodgers getting after it. With who? Former teammate?
Alan Lazard.
And Alan Lazard is now?
He's a New York Football Jet.
And his future teammate.
Oh, my God.
Working out right now, doing stuff physically. So not only is he working with his rocks and spiritually, emotionally, not only is he watching the whales do their thing, he's busting his ass with Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard, they're playing tag.
How much fun they're having.
Okay.
Let's have fun playing football again, is what Alan Lazard said and what Aaron said. And then they did their little handshake afterwards that they do after throwing touchdowns to each other. And now they're just preparing
with my
to be the best football players
friend.
they could possibly be for the New York Jets whenever a deal is done. Ty, whenever you see two old friends gathering like this and having the time of their life, you can't help but be happy for them. It looks like they're enjoying life more than they've ever enjoyed it. Ain't that right, Ty?
I actually don't have any malice. Like I said, I'm kind of like it's over and done with. Neither one of these guys are Packers anymore, so either you can bitch and moan about that fact, or you can, you can look at it and say, hey, you know what? Two former Packer greats are enjoying their time together. These guys are still buddies, and they're looking forward to the next chapter of their careers, which Packers fans should look forward to the next chapter of our team's,
Hell yeah.
next run. But yeah, you love to see it. I mean, people were kind of worried, hey, Rodgers he's shopping for rocks. He's doing all this other bullshit. He's drinking,
Bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I said that. I'm saying a lot of people are saying, what's this bullshit this guy's doing?
Okay. And his flip-flops on gravel. It probably hurt his toes.
He might have hurt his toes.
Tough feet.
Good to know, though.
COVID.
Guy hasn't lost it, okay? He's not going to go a couple weeks without, throwing the pigskin or, getting a nice little workout in. He's going to be ready to go whenever this thing goes through. Jets fans should be very excited about it.
What do you think he said to Alan Lazard there, Connor? What do you think is, what are we laughing about? Gotcha! Big Apple!
I assume it was something like, hey, Alan, I got you a really cool gift, and it's in a shoebox, and then he opens the box, and it's one of those tiny rocks from Topanga. And he's like, just kidding, it's just a rock. I know you hate rocks.
What if that was a rock that Alan Lazard always wanted?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So he was just trying to hug him, and Aaron's like, I'm just being a good friend. And Alan Lazard's like, get over here, man. Is that what's going on?
Probably a new prosperity rock for him going from one team to another. He needs different rocks. The lighting and the sun and moon is much different in Green Bay than it is New York, so he needed a new set of rocks, and Aaron was nice enough to give him that.
Okay, wearing the Pandas, dude. I mean, look at the knee drive on Aaron. Still got it. Remember, he's still got a little bit of wiggle. A lot of people calling him washed that are Packers fans. But then those same people are going to be pissed off for the lack of what you got in draft picks on the other side. Guy's terrible. We didn't get enough for him. Two different things that some people will be fighting for over in the Packers fan base. But I seen Jordan Love throwing with Aaron Jones.
That's right.
They looked unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
This might be a win-win-win for all parties. Very rarely do you get to see that. I'm excited for everybody in the next step.
I'm excited that he's not going to go to San Francisco. That's what I'm excited about.
Aaron will be judged for all of this very, very heavily.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked to a Jets fan yesterday, and that Jets fan off air was incredibly negative.
Yeah.
He said, I'm hearing about all the weapons we have and how good our team is and how good Aaron Rodgers is. We're the fucking Jets, dude.
Exactly.
What is Aaron going to do whenever we're 1-9 for whatever reason? It's like, whoa, dude. That is a negative attitude. We need to get you some fucking rocks, bro.
Yeah.
Charge him from the full moon. Let's go ahead and turn this thing around. If he goes on and has success, he's going to be judged accordingly for that.
Right.
And just like the Packers, how many years should they be given? That's a big question. At least 2, I think, with Jordan playing football for the first time really this year and Guti getting a chance to see his whole team for the first time. I'll be excited to see 3 years from now how we judge it all.
Shout out to Pat McAfee. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I will be happy as can be if Aaron freaking Rodgers goes to the Jet. Get him out of the NFC. That's one less team that we'd have to worry about. All right, good people. I've got a lot of work to do in the workshop. Actually, I've got a lot of work to do everywhere. The spring weather is getting here. The grass is growing. The plants are getting out there and getting after it. I got work to do in the workshop. I've got plaques and stuff I need to get out to you guys and butcher blocks and things. It's just not enough hours in the day. But I tell you what, I love the challenge of each and every day. And I just can't wait to be there at the draft. We will be at day number 3 weeks from now, getting ready to head back home. I'm Mark Holmes, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Peace.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
It's been one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is